Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Well, welcome back. The sky is continuing to clear outside for us in Macon. Those thin cirrus clouds are now what we're mainly seeing populating overhead, and you can see that things are definitely clearing up for the most part in our northern counties. Still a little bit of shower activity in Peach and Crawford, Macon and Taylor counties, but again, the heaviest rain now forming up into a squall line off to the southeast. Luckily, that is not our problem anymore as it inches its way towards Statesboro and Savannah. You can see that the back line weakening as well. Looks like there might be a couple of isolated storms further west forming, but I doubt we're going to see another line form, and we should be seeing all this activity taper off through the rest of the evening. Getting on the backside of this cold front gives us clear and dry conditions. It will not be a humid morning tomorrow. You will not need your defroster to clear moisture off of your windshield. Now, we are going to see this cold front end up stalling out and becoming a stationary front, which could keep a little bit of cloud cover over our southeastern counties for the next day or two. That'd be, say, Treutlen or Telfair, Wheeler counties, but the rest of us should be looking at that sun all day tomorrow and through the next several days. Eventually, it will be clear for all of us. It just depends on how far that cold front ends up pushing off to the east before it ends up stalling out. So here's the prediction for the rest of the evening with these storms. Again, we're already seeing most of that off to our east now, and as the sun sets, the fuel for these storms is gone. We're on the backside of the cold front, and cold air is filtering in. Not just cold air, but cold, dry air is filtering in as we go through the overnight hours. And into tomorrow morning, we should wake up to mostly clear conditions, maybe a couple of clouds out there, thin upper level cirrus clouds, and temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 60s for most middle Georgia. It will be a sunny afternoon with highs again in the mid 80s for us, but it's not going to feel like it's in the 90s. With that humidity going down, we will not see any difference between our temperatures and our heat indices. Let's go ahead and check that out overnight tonight. You see the dew point still at 70 degrees while we head to about midnight. Still a decent amount of moisture overhead, but that clears out as we head into tomorrow morning. Look at that dew point down to 56 degrees out the door tomorrow with temperatures and heat indices in those low 60s. That's going to feel really good. That's your first taste of fall. Now we get into the afternoon tomorrow. It's still going to get pretty hot into those mid 80s. But no difference between the actual temperature and what it feels like. So no sweaty face for us. And again, very pleasant conditions overnight into Wednesday morning. Many of us will be in the upper 50s beginning our Wednesday. Here's tonight, though. We're going to be in the low 60s primarily around the region. A couple of warmer spots like McRae and Dublin in the upper 60s. And Forsyth at 59. Will be our cool spot. Highs for tomorrow will primarily be in the mid 80s. Of course, heat indices will be exactly the same as the temperatures. And of course, the muggy cast. Well, nice to see that go down. We've been seeing a lot of that humidity the last few months. This is that first taste of fall while we sit a bit drier in the next coming days. It looks like we're going to really just be sitting in that comfy zone with those dew points between 60 and 60 degrees, meaning it's going to feel pretty dry out there. In 10 seconds, we're going to go ahead and jump into your 7-day forecast.
At Volume Chevrolet, get oil changes for life, plus a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Visit Volume Chevrolet, I-75 exit 187 in Forsyth. That's VolumeChevrolet.com.
Your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast is brought to you by Volume Chevrolet. Definitely a pleasant week ahead for us. Highs will stay in the mid-80s with lows camping in those low 60s again tomorrow night. Definitely going to be the coolest night of the week as we get into the upper 50s. Now, there is a bit of a butting head scenario over the weekend with the models. The American thinks we might get a bit of a storm system up from the Gulf to bring us some rain Friday, Saturday into Sunday. The European not necessarily agreeing with that. So right now, I'm thinking we might see a couple showers Saturday, but for now, thinking things should be pretty nice into the weekend.